What's up guys, it's Drac, and I think that we should recap. I've done a couple of sad long form videos in the past, and that's not at all what I want this to be. This channel started by and large academically in a dorm room, explorationally, at a time when Google did not own YouTube, at a time when things like algorithms were not a factor in content creation. This channel started as an earnest kind of endeavor in sharing information and quirky reviews and goofball science experiments and all sorts of stuff. And it bloomed into something completely unimaginable throughout my college career. And then we graduated, and from there it served as a launching pad into what has been an incredibly enriching and fulfilling consulting career within the toy industry. You know, that allowed us to do things like the Foam Pro Tour and take End War to incredible heights, really recalibrate what an invitational can be within our hobby. I'm super proud of both of those events in the sense that nobody has ever hosted a larger invitational, and nobody has given anywhere close to the same amount of money to competitive players as we have through those endeavors. And that is not a flex, that is not an invitation for debate or competition. I would love for that not to be the case in whatever the next video is. I mean, I would love for anybody, self or other, to beat those numbers. I mean, the more money we can give to competitive foam flinging, the more we can grow the hobby into a sport, and then the more people we can gather into this wonderful community that I love, the happier I would be. And as a brief aside, throughout that entire journey from dorm room all the way to today, I had the SENC, the Southeast Nerf Club, you know, the wind beneath my wings, an incredible stronghold to launch projects from, an amazing supportive customer base, viewer base, just the best people on planet Earth. I mean, really terrific. Anybody who's been to the SENC is like my lifelong friend, and to date, my absolute closest friends on planet Earth are SENC players. They say the true measure of whether or not an endeavor is successful is if it can survive without you. And after doing it for 10 years post move, my hat goes off to Michael, to Josh, to everybody who's kept the thing running. I mean, they're doing an amazing job there, and I'm happy to see it continue on to this day. It's a very special place in my heart. The microcosm of your local monthly Nerf meetup is just the bread and butter of the hobby. You can't have large invitationals without it, and there's no sense in building cool stuff without people to routinely play against, play with, and show your cool stuff to, collaborate with, etc. So, love the SENC. I think it is easily the most important thing that I've been a part of in the nerfing hobby so far. And that brings us to today and all of the stresses and tribulations that get us to this point, which is to say that we have moved. We've moved the YouTube channel, I've moved my home, I've moved the business, my staff has moved to Central Florida. This isn't like a secret that's been going on in what can only be described as a hellacious move, taking 18 months. If you've ever moved, you should appreciate that even if you're moving a home and a business and a staff, 18 months is too much. It's been a lot. And that kind of segues into how do you spend 18 months moving? Well, you do it twice. We moved to Central Florida for the only reason a man moves anywhere, which is of course for a woman or a man, you know, move for whoever you want, right? But in my case, for a very wonderful, very lovely woman. Now, in this instance, we had to move twice. We completed multiple very exciting projects that I have way too much professional credibility to discuss publicly. Happy to discuss privately with anybody who's more interested in the career side of the video at some point. But, you know, we ended up moving twice. We completed a multi-million-dollar project down here. It was extremely stressful. I learned a lot of new skills. And then, you know, post-completion, as is often the case in projects that huge, our interest was liquidated amicably, and we moved again. So the second move was on an extremely condensed timeline, and we're in another location now where we're very happy. This location will be publicly available and utilitarian in the future. We've got kind of plans and dreams and goals for that, and it'll become the new P.O. box setup. If you've ever really wanted to meet Jinx, she has her own office here, and you could hang out with her as well. But, you know, we're happy to be moved, and I guess that kind of leads into the clickbait, right? Like, why would I make a video titled, "I quit," and then announce to you that I completely recalibrated my entire life over the course of 18 months to continue doing this? And the answer is I'm not quitting. I just needed people to click on what would otherwise be an incredibly boring, talky video and take me seriously during that video. Because it's a fun channel. It's a fun job. I love what I do. But the goofball kind of persona for videos does not necessarily segue well into the update video of like, hey, like a lot of incredibly serious, very stressful, very strenuous life updates have happened. And I think that that is reflected throughout the past 18 months of content. I got some extremely hurtful comments during that time. And I don't know what the goal of comments like those are when people make comments being like, oh, Drac fell off. Drac, you look sad. Like, it's an incredibly cruel and callous thing to do to somebody who theoretically you've supported their entire journey online. I mean, I guess if you're just truly like a down bad hater of the channel, then like, hey man, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And I hope whatever's ailing you gets better, because I guarantee you it wasn't me. Segue, jump cut, again, I've got my book here, but this is not scripted at all. The average lifespan of a YouTube channel is 5 to 7 years, just period. The ebbs and flows of online content creation, and if you want to call it fame. Again, I've been doing this long before we had an influencer economy and Logan Paul was destroying people's ability to monetize content. But, you know, 5 to 7 years is an incredible run. Anybody who gets that much out of their run should be thrilled. But I still love what I do. I still think I have a lot of good information to share. Our formula is solid. We've recalibrated into a very efficient studio and editing system. And I want to make content that I'm genuinely really excited about. Part of the lag over the last 18 months has been professional. Again, I cannot even get into the depths of how challenging this past year has been professionally. There have been a lot of great accomplishments, things we're very satisfied about, both inside the toy industry and outside of the toy industry. However, within the industry itself, it's been challenging to get excited about content. And then when you do get excited about content, you get comments from people being like, ah, you're a shill, you're a sellout, you only like this thing, not this thing. And again, like, I don't know what the goal there is, but the fact of the matter is that both from a numerical perspective, industry-wide, and from a fan perspective, which is the heart and soul of this channel, is like, I love toys. I love blaster sports. I love competitive toys, the whole kit and caboodle, but we've had a real lull. I mean, I think that a lot of the wind has been pulled out of the industry sales. I think that the post-COVID drop that you saw at retail, even as a consumer, where you were like, wow, like they made cool stuff, and it got gradually more expensive and more exciting. And a lot of that was driven by the pro category, but a lot of it was just driven by intellectual property, different media developments, all sorts of stuff. I mean, even if it wasn't for me, like Fortnite, Minecraft, these were cool things that elevated the category and brought in new blood, but we just haven't had anything really exciting at the entry level. I don't want to lay the blame at anybody's feet, but you know, the people from the industry who have left the mothership who are watching this video can certainly empathize with the fact that like Hasbro has not been making really exciting products for the last good chunk of time. And it's a stark departure from where I was when I started in the dorm room, where the only thing we're talking about was the cool thing that Hasbro was launching that year, like Stampede, Gear Up, Vortex, Elite. It was such an exciting time to be a foam flinger. And you'd think that we'd have more to get excited about, but it really feels like we get the Nerf limited collaborations, and those are very hit and miss, and they're expensive, and they tend to be proprietary to specific fan bases. And then other than that, they're desperately clinging to a market that was once completely theirs, that every quarter another percentage gets chopped off of. And I feel like they've lost the innovative drive to make new cool things for the sake of making new cool things, and that reflects in a lot of their industrial design, and it reflects in a lot of their marketing, and it's really a shame. And as a content creator, as a fan, as somebody who like is very passionate about the space, you want to be excited about Nerf. Like, you want to specifically be excited about the brand name #1 blaster products out there. And it's hard to be excited about content or product that you know is not particularly fulfilling, that you know was designed to fill out a, you know, spot on a shelf for Walmart at a specific price point, and not necessarily to generate the maximum amount of enjoyment for children or whatever age category it was developed for. It's tough. So we got excited about other stuff. There's a lot of hobby stuff coming out that's really dynamic and really cool, but you know, how many 3D printed pump action springers can we have before you're like, it's different. And you know, there's cool stuff to talk about. I need to get back to events, but my professional calendar with consulting and travel has been completely slammed. I really want to go to some of the amazing events out there that I haven't visited yet. Penn has a great invitational. I want to do that. I want to get to a UF invitational, especially now that they're local. I really want to go to a Maryland Mayhem, and I have not had the opportunity to just yet. But you know, in a world where the average content lifespan is 7 years, we've doubled that. And I think that that's a terrific testament to the genuine nature, the integrity, and the drive behind the channel. It's an amazing compliment to my team, even when I'm not 100%. My team, my editor, my designer, my shop manager, like all of these guys are phenomenal people and keep us all on the rails. And you know, it's good. It's really cool to get to work with people that you love, to get to employ, you know, friends and family along the way and do something, you know, super duper fun. If it wasn't for this, I'd be doing logistics for some Fortune 50 company headquartered in Atlanta. And, you know, I think it's safe to say that I really like the dynamism and excitement in my life. And, you know, she's been here for the entire video, but she's here for every video. Like, I can tell you right now that Jinx really loves that we don't leave her every morning at 8 a.m., that she gets to go to work. And so again, you know, I want to apologize for the clickbait. If you're still listening to me, I can't even tell you from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate your time. You know, if you've watched a video this long, you really support the journey, the pathway, the professional development. We've come a long way from shoving straws into streamlined darts. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I won't do you the disservice of I clickbaited the video. I get it. But in exchange, I'm not launching an NFT. I don't have any meme coins, despite the fact that Drachma would be an amazing meme coin name. I'm saving it for a future date. We'll see. But I'm not launching a meme coin. There's no rug pull. We haven't groomed any minors. This isn't an apology video. You know, I'm avoiding a lot of the YouTube cliches. We haven't been banned from Japan. In fact, we'll be in Japan late April of this coming year for both professional and pleasure reasons. Really excited for that. And I guess that kind of segues into like stuff that I want to do to feel really excited about content moving into the next year. And I have 3 major goals that I want to accomplish in the new year. And it's such a cliche to announce your resolutions, but if you're not accountable to an audience of 700 and X thousand subscribers, then who are you accountable to? My major goals are I want to live stream once a week. I'm sure that I will fail, but I do want to live stream once a week. I don't think it can be Friday, but I'm going to pick a day, and I intend to live stream once a week on my Twitch channel, and I might even cross post and stream to both this channel and my Twitch channel. I'd love for you guys to be a part of that. I mean, I feel like I get a way more intimate relationship with regular people on Twitch, to the degree that even though I did not stream but 2 or 3 times in 2024, I know my top 20 commenters. I know all of my subs. I know what's going on in their lives. It's a really cool, very special friendship that the internet enables, and I'd love for you to join my little undead army. That would be fun. Thing number 2 is that I want to start vlogging again. And I get that these are like more content demanding things, but I feel like vlogging again, especially since there are a lot of really interesting and somewhat unique things that I get to do with this zany and wild toy maker, YouTuber, consultant life, are particularly interesting. And I think that a window into that world was a ton of fun. I used to vlog for pleasure, and then I had a major life upset that made it so that vlogging wasn't fun. I have attempted to restart the vlog like 15 times. I can't even tell you how many times I've filmed a like, well, we're at the airport and we're starting again, and I never launch them. I even edited 2 of them together, and I'm always just like, now isn't the time. And I think, you know, in the true spirit that the company has always operated in, the best time is now. Like, fix the plane while you fly it, launch the vlog. It won't be perfect. I don't even have the excuse of being like, I don't know how to vlog, guys. Like, I've done it before. That which has been done before can be done again. And I think that it'll be a lot of fun. So if you're still subscribed to Vamp Vlogs, you a real one. And if you're not, consider it. Set your notifications, do all of the YouTube things, etc. And then my 3rd thing that I want to accomplish in the new year is a surprise. I can't talk about it just yet, but I have extra square footage in the new location and a lifelong passion project. I'll talk about it on Twitch. Let's say that. Like, I'll share more information about it on live platforms, and I'll kind of get some feedback in that regard. Other than that, you should be seeing this video either right at the new year or shortly after the new year. It's going to take a while to edit it and make it slightly more palatable, but you know, Jinx and I want to wish you guys a happy new year. You are ready to be out of these studio lights. Did you guys see that? I went to pick her up and she went like, ah. We both have fresh fades, Jinx and I. Fresh haircuts. Happy New Year, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I mean, really, like, again, if you've sat through this whole video, you're the top 1% of the top 1%. I mean, it means that you clicked on the video, you watched it all the way through, and your support and viewership just makes the entire endeavor both fulfilling and possible. I ask for it all the time, but like a kind comment would go a long way. It's been a rough year, and I look forward to seeing you guys all in person, digitally, on the live, however we make it happen as we move forward into 2025. It's gonna be great. I have that feeling. Also, our internship program has restarted. We have affordable lodging and a paycheck, and we would like to hire a short form content specialist in 2025. We have made a lot of jokes about how various members of our current staff are short form content specialists, but it is very obvious that none of us are. So if you would like to work with a dynamic team within the hobby with a little bit of access to everything, if you'd like to help with that, if you'd like to be in Central Florida, at the current moment, the offering is an in-person position, but you know, with affordable housing, then we'd be very interested in having you send in an application. If you can't find a professional email to reach me at, then you are not qualified for the job. So hopefully that mystery you can solve on your own. But short form content specialist, don't even necessarily need a portfolio, just need the chops. Would love to meet you. Thank you so much. As always, much love. Nerf on, Drac out.